Welcome, CoinOPS fans. This is Pixel Freak from the Discord project server bringing you a brief video. Retro Arcade 2 Elite Sunset has just dropped on 2/22/22. BP has released this as his last portion of the Retro Arcade 2 line. It is to showcase his curated collection, his favorites, and all the beautiful art that came together in order to make the Retro Arcade 2 line. Again, though, I want to remind everybody this is an Elite version, so it is not with the favorite system. It does not contain PC Gamer. You can always find the information about Retro Arcade 2 and Retro Arcade 2 Elites here in the FAQ on the Discord server. I'm not going to make a whole nother document. I want to remind everybody that this is a fair use video. I am critiquing and highlighting some software that is out there. This software built on RetroFi is under the GPL license and no copyright is allowed. It is copyleft based upon the agreement for those developers. So with that out of the way, understand Retro Arcade 2 Elites, it's not going to be the build for you if you are got to have them all. It's not that easy to add to it. It can be done, but the art requirements, because it is such a gorgeous build, everything from top to bottom is high def. You're going to have to know what you're doing to make all the themes work if you are going to add to this. But it is still a robust and thorough build. Things that have been added, bezel support for things like Daphne, PlayStation 2 that didn't have it before, now have bezels. Also, there are more themes: cabinet wall, spinner, top spin, center spin, player low, player, promo, and animation, all included in here to highlight some of the assets that are in the Elites builds, such as full-size cabinets and 16:9 HD video snaps. All of that comes together to make these other themes. I'm speaking quickly because otherwise this video will run forever. Everybody knows what these are. If you don't, check here. It will explain what the different executables do. Of course, that's written up. I'm not going to cover that again here. I've got it on restore defaults. I'm going to go into the light collections for ease of use. That should get us into the wall theme by default. We're going to go directly into here. If you haven't figured out, these two are Easter eggs. Hint, hint, go play some extra games that are included. Animation theme. We're going to look into that real quick. It is basically a throwback to the original Hyperspin days. This is fantastic. They're still high-def videos, but they're sized and located in each one is slightly different. You have floats that come in that are animated style. Look at this one. It's at an angle. It's in a different location every time. And you get the promo first, and then you get all of the assets coming in. So that is a very interesting animation theme. The player theme. Everybody knows the player build. It has now been incorporated and added into Retro Arcade 2 Elite Sunset. Just so you know, it's the top animated theme here, 16:9. The only difference would be that, of course, on the left side, the Retro Arcade menu is different. It's not the orbs like in Player. So with that, there's also Player Low. I'm not going to show you that. Simply, you can see that the horizontal is on the bottom instead of on the top. Otherwise, the same. Center Spin. This is new. It is this one I kind of look at as a frown because it goes across the screen in that way. 3 games available in the screen at one time. The center one highlighted comes towards you, and also it's still using the player style background high def videos snaps. Now after that, there's the top spin. So think of it as center spin, but it's from the top down in a smile. Poster was already there. Cabinet, everybody knows cabinet. Wall theme, one of the original amazing new things that came out with Retro Arcade series. Cascading theme is wall, where they're closer together. Marquee, it's like a wheel except with the marquees there. Video theme was already previously in RA2 Elites. It's still here in Elite Sunset. Promo theme. If you look here, it is like video theme, but it does have the promos before it fades. So it's wheel. There you go. While you're scrolling, you get these beautiful promos. And then it goes into the full screen art. All right, back to the menu. We're going to look at some other, let's see here. That was promo. Full cabinet we already know, but look what he's done. He's taken the full cabinets and made it into a spinner theme. So now you've got full cabinets on a spinner instead of just the logos. Promo behind, videos within the full cabinets. I keep going the wrong way when I go to the menu. Notice the theme is throughout. Once you get a certain feel to something, it goes throughout. So now we're in the options. Of course, it's presented like full cabinets on a spinner. All right. So now we have cabinet wall. To me, I think of it this way. It's wall theme, but it's the full cabinet. Step back about 10 feet. You're still in your same favorite arcade. You still have the ambient sounds. Instead of the gray brick wall behind you, you now have promos. The videos are all in the cabinets that are full size. Here, look at this gorgeous art. I mean, GJSM Smith and all the crew, everybody that put all of the assets together for this line, absolutely amazing. You know, I wouldn't even go on about the fantasy cabs, which is one of the things I do miss in the player line, but I also understand it doesn't quite fit there. So let's see here. Spinner, cabinet wall, and then we've got the next themes. The other thing I want to briefly show is the glass toggle. A lot of folks know that there's glass scuffed, there's glass off, there's glass reflective. And within reflective, there are 3 bat files in the advanced configs that you can change what happens in the reflective, okay? So it's easiest to see, not in this. Let's go to wall theme, right? That's the default. I just briefly want to highlight the fact, because I don't think a lot of people know about this reflective feature. So if you go in here and you are, which way? Choose a way. All right, glass on. See that? Scuffed. Glass is on, scuffed as default. Hit it again. You can tell on this poster that now we're in reflective mode. Look, there is a reflection of the cabinets. Glass on is also reflective horizontally, but beneath it you can see glass on. Hit it again, it turns it off. What I'm trying to point out here is if you go to the glass on reflective, not scuffed, reflective, all right, by default, it is, let's get a good game here that you can see stuff in 1942. If you look in here, when the black comes on, look, in the back, it's blurred, it's reflective. You can see an arcade behind you, and this is a vert game, so you'll see approximately about 3 games behind you. What you can do, though, while it's in reflective mode, go to your advanced configs and take advantage of these 3 options. Reflective glass blur is the default. Switch it to first person. Check it out. It changes that reflection to, think of 12-year-old you sitting there in the arcade actually playing the game back in the day, and that'll be reflected back to you. So 1942, just very standard look. If you look at the reflection now, look, there is a outline of a young person playing, and the games are still behind. All right, and finally, sharp will just be the background of the arcade reflecting, but in sharper view. So instead of just kind of the glow of all the neon colors, etc., you will actually be able to see. You can actually read the marquee on Joust. So let's see here. Let's go back for continuity. 1942. If you look back, look at that. Joust, Cubert over to the left. I can't tell you exactly which one that is in the middle. But again, those are the 3 reflective options. Notice also that we are in artistic bezel. Real bezels are an option. I want to let everybody know when you change realistic bezels on, you will just get a black screen for a while, depending on the speed of your machine and the speed of your hard drive. Just give it a minute. It's working. You just get no visual indication. It can take 2 to 3 minutes to copy the entire set of directories over for all your bezels, depending on the speed of your machine. Just let it go. Your menu will come back when it's done. But even though you have artistic and then you have realistic, one other option that's not in the GUI as far as bezels that I wanted to point out, there are, let's see where the bezels are. Realistic bezel, okay? Realistic bezel enable is when you're going to get the truer to in the arcade days bezel around it when it could be reproduced, otherwise inspired by. But then you have these 3 disabled. Disabled clear is the default, also known in other builds as artistic bezel. But realistic bezel disable, which is another way of saying artistic bezel, dark. Realistic bezel disable, light. Let's do dark. I want to show you something here. It's still going to use the artistic bezel, but invert games, it's going to give you a cab. It's going to lower the reflection, make it darker like an arcade. And you're going to be able to see a little bit of the gray wall behind you, the T-molding on the side. And it's going to feel a lot more like a cabinet. So once that bat file is done, and again, it has to copy all this stuff over, right? So you have to give it a second. I have an internal SSD and kind of a mid-range gaming PC. So let's go back over here, 1942. I did realistic bezel disabled dark. Look, the bezel in the background is now darker, like we're inside of an arcade. We've got the T-molding on the side for the cabinet, and then you've got the gray brick wall behind you. It's a little bit different for horizontal games. Let's see if we can show one there. You're not going to get as much real estate on the side. So, but you see, there you go. and also more of the reflection if you cut that as well. So along with that, other than that, I'm going to take one last moment to show you, let's see here. Oh, fantasy cabinets, absolutely amazing. PlayStation 2, didn't have bezels before. Look at this, now included. Look at that, PlayStation 2, bezel, right there. The game will show up, it takes a second to load, but also I have, let's see, you know what else I'm going to show here, one of my favorites. And let's go to there. We'll come back to the struggles of Dirk the Daring here. Dragons, Daphne. Didn't have them before. Known. Here we go. Look at how beautiful that is. Daphne, I changed the ROM. If you do the that booted rather quickly, but look at how nice that is. I did it for the purpose of the video, so you weren't waiting around. It takes about 30 to 45 seconds for Space Ace Enhanced and Dragon's Lair Enhanced ROMs to boot. I changed it real quick so that we could speed through that. But your default will take about 30 seconds. You'll hear the dong when you start these games. Just be patient. The Daphne games do fire up. But look at that bezel. Gorgeous. All right, I'll enjoy the build. Everyone, you know, sign up, get on the CoinOPS Discord dev server, read the fact, search, ask questions, enjoy your stay. Everybody's there to help out. It's a really good crew. And hopefully this helps you understand Retro Arcade 2 Elite's Sunset, which came out today. Pixel Freak signing off. See you there.